incorporate simulated forces and scenarios and field training exercises to see the blueprint of extensive Australian and United States Army, Navy, Marine, and Air Forces in the Northern Territory and Queensland. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce Rear Admiral Mark Colvin, Commander of Expeditionary Strike Group 7.
G'day and welcome to the USS Bonhomme Richard. It's a great day to be here in Australia, and with Sydney just over the horizon, we're very happy to be here. Admiral Harris, Mr. Fletcher, Charge d'Affaires Caruso, Vice Admiral Johnstone, distinguished guests, members of the Australian Armed Forces, welcome aboard. As the commander of this strike group, I'm incredibly excited about the training that we're going to get as part of Talisman Saber 17. An opportunity for us to come together as a team, train together in a very complex environment, and to work on our combined capabilities to operate in a complex security environment in the Pacific. Australia has one of the most capable amphibious forces in the theater, and we look forward to working with them. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the members of my team here. We have the USS Bonhomme Richard, the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit, Amphibious Squadron 11, and my staff, Expeditionary Strike Group 7, all part of the blue-green team. In addition, USS Green Bay and USS Ashland, which are part of the strike group, are having port visits elsewhere in Australia today. All of them filled with sailors and Marines are looking forward to Talisman Saber 17. This forward-deployed strike group routinely operates together at sea, and together with our Australian allies provide a fantastic force ready to respond to crisis at any moment. With that, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Admiral Harris. Has thousands of hours in maritime patrol aircraft, many operations under his belt, has commanded U.S. Pacific Command since May 2015, and along with his experience as our Assistant Chairman of the Joint Chiefs and the Commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet, has an expansive experience in the Pacific. Ladies and gentlemen, Admiral Harris.
All right, thanks Mark for that great introduction. I'm looking forward to seeing what an upgun expeditionary strike group can do when it's put to the test during Talisman Saber this year. Before I start, I would like to quickly acknowledge Minister for Urban Infrastructure, Mr. Paul Fletcher. Today we're going to show the Minister what the Naval Marine Corps infrastructure really looks like. Charge James Caruso, Consul General Fowler, Vice Admirals Johnston and Barrett, fellow flag and general officers, Commodore Norris, well done on executing a highly complex and multidimensional exercise, showcasing just how well the Alliance functions and adapts to ever new challenges. Skipper McCullen, XO LeBron, Command Master Chief Fisher, sailors and Marines of USS Bonhomme Richard, you received the highest approval rating from my senior enlisted leader, who told me as we were walking in that the ship and crew looked great. Folks, that's high praise from Sergeant Major Spadero, so well done on that. Distinguished guests and allies, including Japan, ladies and gentlemen, in Hawaii, I'd say aloha to everyone, and all of you would say aloha back. In Australia, I'd say good day, and you all would then come back and say get on with it. So in the interest of cross-cultural pandering, I'll just simply say Gadoha. So it's an honor for me to be here just a stone's throw away from Sydney and aboard the finest big deck amphibious assault ship in the Pacific Fleet. It was an awesome opportunity to catch a ride out here on an MV-22 Osprey that we recently deployed here in Australia. Proof positive that the U.S. continues to bring our best platforms to the Indo-Asia Pacific. Thanks to all of you for being our gracious hosts for today's ceremony. From ops to engineering to supply, I know that each of you has worked extremely hard to get ready for this deployment, so well done to you all. Folks, U.S. Pacific Command is proud to partner with our Australian Defence Force allies for high-end warfighting scenarios during Exercise Talisman Saber. This is our 7th iteration of Talisman Saber since 2005, and we're excited to have more than 33,000 Americans and Australians training together in various locations. This realistic and challenging exercise provides endless opportunities for our nations to innovatively prepare for regional and global security challenges. Exercises like Talisman Saber are precisely where we really learn how to take advantage of cutting-edge technologies to outpace our adversaries. It's also a perfect place for our forces to operationalize a very important concept. I've thrown down the gauntlet, challenging our Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine components to execute multi-domain battle, to find new ways to enable our joint and multinational combined forces to be faster, more precise, more cost-effective, and more importantly, more lethal. When I look at the Bonhomme Richard, I see endless possibilities for the future. After all, you could say that the amphib ships are the original multi-domain battle platforms, operating from the air, from the sea, and from the land. So I need this blue-green team to lead the way during this exercise. Talisman Saber 2017 is this ESG's final certification, and it will also support our efforts to operationalize the Upgun Expeditionary Strike Group concept. This purpose is to integrate the capabilities of an amphibious ready group, or ARG, a Marine Expeditionary Unit, or MU, with F-35B Joint Strike Fighters, crew des ships, and other enablers to allow the amphibious force to operate with distributed lethality in a high-threat environment. Such a force presents greater challenges to our adversaries and more options to our joint and combined combatant commanders. So I recognize that this will be challenging, but as a combatant commander, I need you to create effects from any single domain to targets in every other domain in order to fight and win tonight. If we have to fight tonight, I don't want it to be a fair fight. If it's a knife fight, I want to bring a gun. If it's a gun fight, I want to bring the Marine Expeditionary Unit and the artillery of our friends and partners and allies especially like Australia. Now, while you're training, I want you to remember the importance of the Australia-US alliance. Remember that our alliance was forged in battle more than a century ago. We fought and died together in World Wars I and II. We fought communism and the hard wars in Korea and Vietnam and the Cold War throughout the latter half of the 20th century. We fought together in the Gulf War. For the last decade plus, we fought side by side in the long wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and today Australia is a global leader in the fight against ISIS. This incredible bond between our countries is as important to our future as it has been to our storied past. This alliance has strengthened peace and prosperity not only in the Indo-Asia Pacific, but across the globe. So for the next month, train hard, train safely, train jointly, and train with a willingness to learn from each other. Strive to become a more interoperable, high-end fighting force. Learn from your mistakes and take our training to the next level. Learn from your mistakes and take our training to the next level. Forge relationships that you can call on during crises because we are in this together. Folks, the Australia-US alliance matters more today than ever before. It matters to our two great nations, it matters to the Indo-Asia Pacific, and it matters to the world. No one should doubt the staying power of this alliance to maintain security, prosperity, and peace in this vital region. May God bless each of you. May God bless Australia, the United States, and all of our allies and partners. Thank you very much.